I think they overhyped this movie just a tad little bit. What's up, everyone? Movie Mania Nick here. I just went to go see the movie Mary Poppins Returns. It starred Emily Blunt, Lin-Manuel Miranda, Ben Whishaw, Colin Firth, cameo by Meryl Streep, and a cameo by Dick Van Dyke. And the director was Rob Marshall. So this movie is about decades after her original visit. Mary Poppins returns to help the Banks siblings and Michael's children through a difficult time in their lives. Alright guys, this is what I think about this movie. As you saw in the intro, I think they did overhype this movie just a little too much. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was a fun movie. For about, I would say about 85% of the movie, it was fun. But some of the parts, it was just, at times, I was kind of getting bored and sleepy. Also, there's a few parts where, you know, Michael's character there, he's trying to find the piece of paper that, I guess it's a deed or a bond or something for money to keep the house. Well, I saw it in plain sight, but there's stuff all over the house. It's right there on the table. How could you not see it? Also, there's another scene where there is, it's very windy outside and they're flying the kite, and it's just way in the beginning of the movie. All of a sudden, everything is blowing around, but there's a guy sitting on the bench and he's holding a newspaper. But the newspaper is not even blowing. It's like straight up. So they must have missed that part in editing. You would think, you know, with paper, when there's wind or something, it blows the paper around. Nope, it's just standing still. Maybe it was part of the movie or magic, but yeah, no. Those are really basically the two or few things I had a problem with. But overall, the rest of it was pretty good. The visual effects were outstanding. The CGI was outstanding. The storyline was okay. But just between the cartoon, the animation, the dancing, the choreography, the music was a little dull at times, but it kind of picked up through the movie. I also think Emily Blunt did an outstanding job as Mary Poppins. Lin-Manuel Miranda, he did a great job. And as far as we all know, a little spoiler, Lin-Manuel Miranda's character is actually some kind of, he's Bert's nephew or cousin or something that we all know as Dick Van Dyke played Bert in the original Mary Poppins. So he's related to him somehow as a family member. Also, we see in the commercials of Dick Van Dyke, you know, dancing on that table. It's only a few seconds. But he's actually, in the original Mary Poppins, I forgot the guy's name, but he's basically, I think, the owner of the bank, or he's the manager or whatever. He actually plays his character, that old man. Well, this character, he plays an old man, but he's I think his grandson of that old guy in the original Mary Poppins. So some way he's still connected to the movie, which is pretty cool. But overall, I mean, I liked it to a certain extent. This movie was, like I said, I always say it's about 85% pretty good. It was fun. I mean, there was a few problems with it, but I think they did overhype it way too much. I think it could have done a lot better. But this is definitely a family-oriented movie. Take your kids to see this. It's good for the kids. But besides the little bit of the problems, I mean, I would recommend to check this out. It's definitely worth to see. But I would definitely see the first Mary Poppins first, then see this movie. It'll make a lot more sense. Because they kind of picked up about maybe 20, 25, between 20 and 30 years later after the original Mary Poppins. And now it's time for fun facts. Julie Andrews turned down a proposed cameo appearance as the balloon lady fearing that it would be too distracting. Julie said, "This is Emily's show, and I really want it to be Emily's show." Also, this will be released 54 years after Mary Poppins, the original movie from 1964, setting a new record as the largest gap between a live-action film and its sequel in history. In Mary Poppins 1964, Dick Van Dyke played a, here we go, dual role as Bert, Mr. Dawes Sr., that's the name. In this film, he makes an appearance as Mr. Dawes Jr. This is based on the books by P.L. Travers. The film will include some hand-drawn animation to be made by Walt Disney Animation Studios. Also, Emily Blunt's interpretation of Mary Poppins will be closer to the books, as she found out the characters is remarkably different from Walt Disney's vision and Julie Andrews' characterization in the first movie. I would say in the first one, Julie Andrews' character, Mary Poppins, was more of a fun, smiling, get to know. This one, Emily Blunt's, is more of a stricter Mary Poppins. I mean, she still smiled, had fun, but she's more strict than the original. And that's it, guys. That's my movie review for Mary Poppins Returns. I hope you enjoyed watching this. Smash that like button, share. Thank you for supporting. And as all, well, first off, you can also find me on Instagram under the same name, Movie Mania Nick. I post my fun pictures and adventures and videos on there if you want to take a look. But as always, be excellent to each other and party on, dudes.